lives like just 15 minutes away from me.
Hello, hello. All right, so let's see if this works. The new link.
Oh, so yeah, exactly it.
Jenny can be here in the office. Damien, be like Damien says that you would have the audio if you were here in the office.
So is it a new link?
No, don't be smarty. So, how do I?
thought he was trying to wait for something else.
Here, how do I copy and paste stuff on this?
Hello. So.
Every time my phone dings on here right before.
Okay. I'm watching.
I want Cody to break this. So that one. Is it the bottom length that you need to do? Instead of that top one I showed?
No.
I mean, I can like type it out.
No, there's something wrong with the computer that's not doing it right.
What?
I'm gonna copy that link.
Which one? Bottom one?
Yeah. I'm saying.
No, he wanted the top one.
Top one.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
I don't know
whoa.
what I did there, but I think.
No, because it's like grayed out. I was saying like if we
Select
just
all.
type it.
Does it end in CC?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, I got it. I'm just sending out to everybody. Who is this weekend?
It's picking up audio.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just picking it up.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah, take your glasses blue. Yeah. Somewhat, yeah. Okay.
Like on the top.
I've thought that for a long time, but it just like the angle was perfect. I was like, that's totally blue.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's like a. I don't know why it does that on the top.
No, it's perfect. It's intentional. It's totally intentional.
Super.
But it's awesome. Yeah, I know. It's like, do you have serum right now? Like, is that happening?
No.
That's awesome.
They're by Gwen Stefani.
Oh, I don't like her.
That's who that's Katy Perry. Don't really like her, but you know, sometimes they do one good thing.
I mean, these glasses are also on back order, but
Oh,
like
they're
a
super
million copies.
She's really cute. I just don't like her.
I got them right. Like I was lucky enough that when I went to the eye doctor, she had literally just come out with these, and like they had literally just got them at the eye doctor's place.
Nice.
So, and then for some reason they got this weird crack on the side. It's not here because that pair is gone away. I was like a weird crack on the side that don't know where it came from. It was just oddly there. And she was like, I haven't ever seen a pair of glasses do this before. I've seen it like crack like here and stuff.
what's that next song?
So like, I went in to get them like fixed, and she was like, so they're on back order, meaning if you send them in to get them fixed, you're not gonna have them for probably months.
Oh,
Sweet. So what she did was she took the pair that was the display pair, popped the fake lenses out of them, and then put mine.
All right, so
What she did was she
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. So go ahead and turn that off. That way the audio isn't like double triple. I'm trying to think of everything I need. All right, so Alicia, I'm gonna have you be the customer, okay? So why don't you pull up the chair? And I'm gonna basically like walk in the door through here. This is gonna be the demo. I want you sitting right in front of me, please. Okay, so. Hi.
Hi,
Damien,
Alicia, come on in.
thanks so much. How's everything going for you guys today?
Good. Getting
Good.
ready. Go and have yourself here. Here's our kitchen. Grab
Okay.
a seat at the table.
All right, awesome. Well, I know you said you guys only have about an hour, so I'm going to try to make it just about 59 minutes and 60 seconds,
Perfect.
just to make it right on time for you guys. So just to kind of remind myself, I think you said you know my aunt because you guys work together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool. How long do you guys work together for?
Oh, like 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you have like any funny stories about her? Or?
About your aunt. Well, there was this one office party where we had some eggnog at Christmas. She never told you about that?
No, she typically tells us kind of like the PC versions of most stories. But she did tell me that you were the nicest friend that she had. And she said about everyone that she recommended to me at the end of my demo that I had to call you first because you make really good pie. And that, I think that's what you bring sometimes to the office.
I do.
Okay, cool. So I was really excited to see you. And obviously, like I said on the phone, you actually don't have to get anything today at all. In fact, Cutco is a little too expensive to buy just to be nice. However, I'm actually right now in a really big scholarship competition. The biggest reason I started with Cutco is because my parents moved here from another country and they're like giving me so much that I wanted to try to pay for college by myself. I know it's an incredibly huge, crazy feat, and like the odds are definitely stacked against me to be able to like go to college and pay for it and be able to have like a normal life. But that's exactly why I'm so committed to this job, because I guess by the end of it, it doesn't really matter if it ends up working 100% or not. But I just want to be able to put on my resume that I was like the kind of kid that actually went for it. Because, I don't think I'm going to probably have the best GPA. I mean, like, I think I'm smart, but there's people that are smarter than me. And I just recognize that like in the world, it's a lot more important to be like intelligent than to be just book smart. And don't get me wrong, I'm graduating, I'm getting that piece of paper, but I want to be able to put something on my resume in college that's going to definitely separate me way apart from my peers. And this company is amazing. It's really gotten me out of my comfort zone. I've been able to grow my communication skills, my time management skills. I actually have a schedule now. And the product is really cool. All my office managers are really super nice. And again, I love the environment, and that's kind of why I think I want to in the future just be able to work with students too, because they're so important to support. And if you get people that are going into the right direction, I think it really, really helps them out. So I don't know if you mind that we get started.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm super excited here. So awesome. And I know this is gonna maybe sound a little weird, but I'm gonna use my manual because I'm still kind of new. Is that okay? All right.
Totally fine.
All right, cool. All right, so now there's a bunch of other cool stuff. Through Cutco, I can also earn a President's Club letter. This is actually a letter from the president of the company, which will look really great on my resume. And like I said, I'm going for this scholarship opportunity. And it's kind of cool to be able to make money to actually pay for school. And like I said on the phone, you don't have to get anything, but if you see something you like, you can definitely get it today. Not only would you be getting a really amazing product, but you'd also be helping me out too. And just so you know, Cutco is awesome. And you can buy sets and pieces. We have like tons of accessories and gifts. We also have interest-free investment options. So you don't have to like mortgage the house, just to get a set of knives. And now let me ask you a question. Do you cook because you have to? Because you like to, or you like love to cook?
I love to cook.
You love to cook? Okay, awesome. You're like definitely a good candidate for Cutco at this point. So let me kind of show you how everything works. All right, sweet. Now, before we begin, I'm going to send you on a scavenger hunt into your own home. Excited?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We got to find some cool stuff. Come back, there'll be prizes. All right, here's what I need you to find. I need you to find your favorite serrated edge knife, your favorite straight edge knife, a steak knife, and a penny. Straight edge knife, steak knife, and a penny. In the box. Okay. I'm gonna time you, okay? And time. I'm just kidding.
I'm just like, now there was none. I just happen to have them all boxed up for you.
Okay, cool, perfect. All right, so let's do a serrated edge, a straight edge, and like a steak knife. I've got a steak knife. That was straight edge. And let's use this here. Awesome. All right, these are perfect. These are wonderful.
I like it. Oh, sweet.
I know where it is. I'm not sure where the thing is. I'll figure it out. All right, so today I'm going to tell you why Cutco is the top-selling American brand in the U.S. We're going to take a look at our product line, and we'll do this for all the prices and specials all the way at the end, okay? So, and just so you know, I only work through referrals. And so just like my aunt recommended me to you, as well as 5,700 of her other really nice friends, but she said you were the nicest, but I might ask you for about 5,700 of referrals at the end of the demo. But you can only give it to them, give me at the end of the demo, and it's only if you like me. Okay, so I'm gonna just work my hardest to make sure to do that by the time of them. Okay. Now throughout the demo, if you see a knife and you're like, man, I bet you my friend would like that one. We can write them down as well. But again, it's only if you like me. I need a notebook. I need a different one, not your own. Oh, here it is. I need a pen. All right, so not yours. No. Let me tell you about the company. Since 1949, all Cutco knives have been made in America in our factory in Olean, New York. We sell over $200 million worth of knives, and we have over 16 million customers. Hopefully by the end of today, it'll be 16 million and one. And you may have seen us on shows like Modern Marvels and Made in America. It's one of the only products that you can buy only one time, and then you can use it every day, like 3 times a day, and sometimes in the middle of the night for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And you never have to replace it. And Cutco, we're also the proud producer of K-Bar knives used by military and law enforcement agents. We're involved in a ton of many local and national charities. In fact, this month only, this is in the history of the company, we're actually doing Cutco in Ink in support of breast cancer. We're actually doing a huge organization. We're trying to raise $50,000, and I'll show you what it looks like actually a little bit later. It's really sweet. All right, so to start off, I'm going to show you 2 products that demonstrate the quality of Cutco. Cool. All right, first things first is guys, I'm going to show you our kitchen shears, and I think everyone likes our shears. A couple cool features about them is that they're actually a magical weapon. Now they're actually, well, they're kind of magical because what they can do, they instantaneously transform me into a superhero and allow me to have the strength to be able to do this.
What? It's amazing.
When I first started this job, I knew nothing about knives, and I figured nobody would buy them from me. But when I saw that in the interview, I'm like, okay, at least I'll sell all of the shears in the history of the universe. These are amazing. We tried to cut through like molded plastic. You know those plastic things that electronics come in that are impossible to open? You have to like stab them with a knife. With this, it's like a knife through hot butter. It's amazing. Hot knife through cold butter, cold knife through hot butter. One of the two. Either way, they rock. Do you have? I know you have like a couple little kids. Do you ever do like science fair projects? Yeah. Okay, these are like the science fair shears. You can cut everything: cardboard, cloth, cotton, paper, even paper, by the way, and they won't dull. You can use them outside in the garden. Your husband's gonna try to steal them and put them in the garage. So most people end up getting a couple just to make sure they have one. My mom's got one in the bathroom. I don't know what the heck she does with those in there, but she's got the shears, and these are awesome. These also come in the baby pink, and the red, and the black, and the white. You can get one in all colors. Yeah, all the colors of the rainbow. So these are pretty sweet, and they come apart.
What?
Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have told me before, okay, these shears are expensive. So how do I make sure my kids don't steal them or use them? Here's what you do. You take them apart. You put one in the drawer, one in the cabinet, and you just yell at the kids all the time for losing the other half, but you just know where it is. Okay, just a little secret weapon there. All right, cool. So these are your shears. Just check them out. How do you feel?
They're nice and heavy, like the weight.
Yeah, they're heavy, right? Imagine like for the rest of your night never having to worry about like opening anything because it's like that. Like Amazon boxes, you know, they come all the time. You can like open them. You never really know how to do it, and there's all kinds of packages. And then I don't know if anybody in your family is kind of crafty. These are like the ultimate craft shears.
I make some pretty good posters.
Yeah, those are good false shears too. All right, cool. And then next year, the next time I'm gonna actually show you is our world famous vegetable peeler. All right, so have you ever tried using a really crappy vegetable peeler before, like in the holidays, and it stinks? All right, so I'm going to show you how this one hopefully does not stink as much. All right, so I'm going to have you do about a carrot. And I want you to literally just apply some forward pressure just like that. You ready?
I'm ready.
This will be the last vegetable peeler you ever hold. This is the best one ever. And you can go both ways. You can go the other way too.
What?
Yeah, because it swivels.
Oh my gosh.
And can I teach you how to get your kids to eat really healthy?
Yeah.
All right, they're never going to see this coming. So instead of just peeling the outside, you just keep peeling it. And you can put these little like crunchy vegetable peels into the sandwiches. And then if you want to be like super fancy in like the holidays, you can like twist them up and put them in like these little curls right for your salads. Pretty sweet, huh? I'm going to turn you into Rachel Ray over here. You can keep going. Isn't that fun? Isn't that cool that you can keep doing that? You can do the same thing with potatoes. And you can make a little sweet potato, these little curls like that. They're fun to eat. You can trick the kids just like that. Put them right in the sandwiches. They'll never see it coming. All right, cool. Oh, by the way, a lot of customers will get these runs for free at the end of demo, but only if they're really good customers. Just kidding. All right, next thing I'm going to show you are the world's most expensive set of knives. What do you think they're going to look like? I'm saying these are the world's most expensive.
Shiny with rubies.
Right, they're going to be like encrusted with gold and everything. Okay, so that's probably not what you're expecting. I may or may not have snuck into your kitchen drawer last night and took a picture of it. That was, you didn't hear me, right? All right,
No.
I'm pretty sleepy. All right, so most people have the world's most expensive set of knives. The average knife set is designed to last a couple of years. So households waste tons of money replacing knives over and over again. You probably know this better than I do, but cheap knives have a lot of problems. Okay, so first of all, there's two types of handles. Wood, I gotta stop eating for this part. Wood is so disgusting to have in your kitchen. It is absolutely like maggot-filled, bacteria-ridden, festering sponge of just like stuff. Wood, okay, so you know when it's on a tree and it's like alive and it absorbs everything and extracts everything? Okay, so when it's dead, it doesn't extract everything. And it just, everything is just sopped up in there. Like literally, if you had like superhuman strength and you could wring out a wooden handle, black liquid would come out of it because of all the stuff that gets locked into it. I made my mom throw away all the wooden handles in our kitchen because there's more bacteria on a wooden handle than on top of your toilet bowl. It's freaking gross. But people don't realize that wooden stuff used to be kind of like the in thing in the 80s and like the paneling on the cars and all that stuff. So they figured the knives and they used to polish and varnish them. It looks really nice, but wood is gross. And that's why they outlaw them in restaurants and hotels to put in the kitchen because they don't want people to get sick. But people have them in their kitchen drawers all the time. You have wooden handles, I probably wouldn't hand them anymore. I can feel free to actually give you a big discount on Cutco if you trade in some of your wooden knives at the end of the demo. Okay. Now plastic handles, obviously much more sanitary, everyone's got them, but plastic is typically really cheap, made in China, and it will obviously not hold up in the dishwasher. That's why you can't put your knives in the dishwasher. They melt, they chip, they crack and break, and they're super slippery when they're wet, which creates some accidents. Common knives are constructed very poorly. Most knives have a partial tang, meaning like the steel only goes through like this far into the handle. When you push down really hard, they break really easily, which is obviously dangerous. These rivets here are typically made of brass, which will expand, contract, and loosen, creating gaps inside of it, which is why you see this green color right here. That's actually food particles that have gotten stuck in there. Bacteria files it in there. It is growing and festering and having like a little party inside of it and living in your knives. Now there's two types of steel. There's carbon steel, which is actually like cutting through with like a rusty tailpipe. It has a really tough edge, but it's rust and corrodes, so it's really unsanitary. And stainless steel looks good, but it's a soft metal and it won't stay sharp and it's super hard to sharpen. Alicia, how Have any of your knives ever gone dull over the years?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever sharpened your knives in your home before?
I don't believe so.
Let me ask you a question. When you open up like a really high quality cutlery brand, do you have any idea how often they tell you to sharpen their knives? Every time you use them. That's why when you watch a cooking show, they're sharpening them every single time. That's what you're supposed to do. Just like you're supposed to stretch every single time before you work out, but obviously no, we don't always do that too. The reason why is because a sharp knife is actually much safer than a dull knife because you don't have to push down as hard. So the hard cutting surface dulls the knife, not the food, and both of these edges directly cut into the cutting board, dulling them quickly. And the complaints of low quality knives is obviously they cost a lot of money over time. I mean, if you have a knife that's $10 and you have 8 of them in a drawer, that's going to be $80. But if you have to replace them every 2 years for 40 years of cooking, that's 20 replacements. Just do the quick math for you. So 20 times 80 is $1,600 the average customer will spend on this drawer of knives for the rest of their life.
Man.
So let me show you how Cutco solve all these problems. All right. As part of demo, I'm excited about that. I'll show you Cutco.
Me too.
All right, so
I got a
Oh, that's pretty.
I do this every single time they definitely move with new knives. Okay, are you ready? No noise for 5 seconds. Just let them interact with it. Let them chill with it. So, how does that handle feel in your hand?
It's very comfortable.
Pretty cool, huh? All right, so the first feature what you're experiencing is our universal wedge lock handle, which is any size hand. And the universal design locks your hand into place, increasing control and safety while reducing fatigue. And this makes Cutco a lot more expensive, but it's so worth it because it's comfortable and safe. Second feature is our thermal resin material. And that will never chip, crack, and break. It's expensive material to use, but it's worth it because it's dishwasher safe and sanitary. It's the same stuff they make football helmets out of, so it's really durable. And the number one reason why my stepmom bought Cutco from me because she can put them in the dishwasher because she hated washing knives by hand. All right, the third feature is our full tank construction. Using extra steel is more expensive, but it's worth it because it creates strength and balance. And those 3 nickel silver rivets that you see right on the handle, those are flush with the handle, making it strong and sanitary. The fourth feature is our very high grade steel. The steel is expensive to use, but it's worth it because it has the best of both worlds. It has high carbon for edge retention, but it's stainless for beauty, making it sanitary and sharp. And the fifth feature is absolutely our most famous. It's our exclusive Stay Sharp Double the Edge. So let's compare how different types of edges will work. Now, the reason we cut rope is because it's really fibrous, like a tough piece of meat or celery, and it also won't hurt your knife's edge. By the way, Ryan, if anybody comes in, make sure they come into this room. So that'd be kind of silly for them not to be in here. All right, cool. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use your knives. So nobody's out there, right? In my new training group. Okay, cool. Not the new girl that just walked in there. All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and have you start at the back of the blade. And then I'm going to have you make full strokes going back and forth. And I'm going to have you push down, okay? All right, that was awesome. High five. Good job. All right. And next is going to be our straight edge. Same thing. Have you start at the back of the blade, push down hard, make full strokes. You know you got to work out today, huh?
No?
You're doing awesome, by the way. Well done.
Is there like switch arms to keep it?
Okay, I'm gonna have you stop. All right, so as you can see, a straight edge makes a really clean cut. All right, and then lastly, we're gonna have you use the Cutco knife. Same thing, start at the back of the edge, push down hard, and let's see if you can clear that in just one stroke. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see how it's a really clean cut too? Versus like the really jagged cut of the other style? Okay, now there's actually a reason that you became magically stronger all of a sudden. Unlike a serrated edge, Cutco's Double D edge has 3 straight edges that cut forwards, backwards, and straight down. These points will protect the recessed edges from dulling on your cutting board, keeping each knife sharp for up to 10 years, and they can still be resharpened. Now, while most of our knives have the Double D edge for cutting back and forth, some Cutco knives have a straight edge for chopping, dicing, and precision cutting. And you see this unique edge uses really expensive technology, but it's absolutely well worth it. Now, the best thing about Cutco is not how it cuts now, but how our company backs it up with our forever guarantee. And it's one of the only products that you can buy just one time today. You can use it every single day forever, and you never have to replace it. This product is your proof of purchase, and you can pass it down generation to generation. First of all is the performance part. If anything ever goes wrong with your Cutco, just send it back to the factory and the company will fix it or replace it for free, and you never have to pay for sharpening. For our sharpening, whenever your Cutco needs sharpening, just send it back. It'll be sharpened and polished for free. All you pay is shipping. And if Mr. Jones ever happens to destroy the knives by, like, I don't know, using to pry open a paint can or chop down trees, you can rent it replace for half price. And we have a 15-day risk-free money-back guarantee that if you're not satisfied for any reason at all, you can get a full refund. And Ms. Julep, because of the fact that your husband wasn't able to be here, we actually have created what's called a husband guarantee. That if in the first 15 days your husband doesn't actually like the purchase, what we'll do is we'll send your husband to our factory, and when he comes back to you, he'll really love the knives. No, I'm just kidding. What we do is if for some reason you're not totally satisfied, you can send the product back, and we do a 100% money back guarantee. But we want to make sure that you get it in your home just to make sure you both love it, because obviously trying to explain the quality of a knife when he gets home from work would be pretty crazy. So we just let you try it out for 20% down just to make sure both of you guys like it. If you like the quality of the product, fine. And Cutco is such an amazing investment because you'll never have to buy a set of knives ever again. And you can't beat American made and forever guaranteed. Now, obviously, you can buy individual pieces, but most of our customers agree that over a lifetime sets are a much better value. It's important to have the right tools for the right information, for the right situation because of safety and efficiency. We have 2 larger set options for customers who number of tools to do 100% of the jobs in your kitchen as efficiently as possible. It's the best value for the average family, and it starts with your parents. Do you notice anything different about the size of that handle versus like most paring knives?
Yeah, it's definitely longer.
Yeah, I don't know why. Most paring knives have like a short and dinky handle that dig into your palm, but your hand is the same size no matter what knife you use. Doesn't that not make any sense? This has a full-size handle, but it's really nice and short, so you can obviously control it. And I'm going to teach you something about how to eat healthier, especially carrots, which are one of the most vitamin-rich fruits and vegetables that we have. However, most people, when they peel, they take too much off. So here's what you do. You actually can scrape a carrot. This only takes off the stalk, but it leaves all the vitamins and nutrients. So it's just going to be much healthier when you eat carrots. Okay. You can also use it for like peeling, paring, but it's everything in the air. Right. We call this back in when I was living in Chicago the Air Jordan knife because it's only in the air. But again, so because if you use it on a cutting board, it's going to dull the blade. So this is just for the air, peeling and paring. So you would never use this. What you would need your trimmer for. All right, so this is the knife if you're like not sure what knife to grab for. A lot of times this is like everyone's first Cutco knife, and it's awesome. It's the absolute best piece of Cutco because you use it for everything. You don't even show it to cut, but this is the knife. Okay, so the trimmer works well. I love this piece, and let me show you kind of it. Have you ever tried to cut a tomato with a really dull knife before?
Yeah.
Okay, what happens? It's glitches, right? You're like on your way to work, you're trying to make a sandwich, the juice just flies on your shirt, you're like, ah, right? You gotta go change. All right, I'm gonna show you what it's like to cut with Cutco. Ready? I'm gonna do it first, then I'm gonna have you do it. You ever seen like the movie Star Wars? You know how they have like lightsabers and it just looks like it just goes through things, like it's not even like doing anything? That's sort of what it's like to cut with Cutco.
Wow.
See how like the tomato just bows down to the Cutco knife? Okay, you want to learn how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to learn how to do anything, it's just a knife. So don't push down, just let it just glide effortlessly through. You want to do another one?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Can you imagine this is how you're not gonna be for the rest of your life?
Forever and ever, amen.
Yeah, and if they ever go dull, just send them back, or you can ask me to stop by and I'll ship them back for you, and you'll always have new knives. It'll always be like this. Cooking is never a chore anymore, even if it's not for fun. If you like just doing it because you have to, it's always super fun and super slick like that. All right, but wouldn't that be kind of hard to make a sandwich with because it's like super thin, so you have to go back and forth and back and forth? Okay, so that's why we have our world famous. No other company in the world has anything like this. So even our customers that have like super expensive knives, this is the piece that they always get. This is the spatula spreader. So the spatula spreader is basically a knifeula. Like a spatula and a knife had a baby, and then it was awesome. The spatula spreader is what I use for making sandwiches. So because of the fact that it's flexible, like the blade is really flexible, and it's really wide, it's about 4 times the width of any of these tools. And so what you can do is you can get to the mayo and you can scoop everything out and spread it with one swipe, or like one swipe on the on a bagel. Your kids ever make like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Now, isn't it kind of crappy when they have to like dig their hand all the way through it? Now, because of the fact that our handles are long, you can just kind of grip it with this back little part and you can scoop out the entire side, and it's rounded, so it won't like scratch the bottom and make that awful noise. So it's nice and smooth. Or whenever you're doing frosting, like if you have like a big bowl, you can just get all of it with the spatula spreader to like, frost a cake with it. And because it's flexible, you can cut and you can serve with it with the exact same tool. This thing is the sandwich making machine. Imagine trying to make like 6 sandwiches for all of your kids. But with this one, you put like, 12 pieces of bread, you get 1 scoop of mayonnaise across all of the sides, and you're like Wonder Mom. You got like 18 sandwiches made in like 6 seconds, right? You can cut the sandwich in half, you can cut the tomatoes in half, lettuce in half, leftover chicken, throw it all on there, and boom, now you got like awesome cooked sandwiches. And it's obviously a lot healthier if you make them yourself versus buying from a store. Yeah, it's super sweet. And I'm trying to win this in my fast art contest because I want to have one too. Yeah, it's really awesome. All right, the next piece of Cutco is like the everyday big fruits and vegetables knife. This is the Petite Carver, the one that we cut the rope with. Now, other than all the rope that you eat in your kitchen, this one is good for like the big fruits and vegetables. Like, I don't know if you ever tried to cut like a pineapple or like a cantaloupe. Hey, I know we have a cantaloupe over there. You want to try it out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This will be fun.
Yes.
All right, so this is like the master of big fruits and vegetables. Again, remember lightsaber? Goes right through. Can I try it?
Good. Yeah.
You see that pause for effect right before I have. I'm like, she's like, how's it gonna happen? I'm like, hey, why don't you do it? That's pretty sweet. You want to try another one?
Yeah.
Do this. Make the thinnest slice you possibly can.
What?
Check that
That's
out.
amazing.
Right? Smiles always when you're using Cutco. Right? And you know what's really cool? This makes it easier for your kids to learn how to cook, because think about when you're trying to teach your kids how to cook when you're using really bad knives. Like, it's not going to be fun.
Stressful.
It's stressful on both parties, right? But when they see how awesome it is, they're like, dude, I want to learn how to do this. I want to use the cool knives. And then you teach them how to do it. And then you just go eat bonbons and watch TV, and they'll just cook for you. They'll do all of their homework, graduate with straight A's, and become all the president. Now, I'm not saying all of that's going to happen with Cutco, but at least we got a better shot at it, right?
Right.
All right, cool. All right, so by the way, you can feel free to eat as much of that as you want. I don't want to torture you there. All right, so that's a petit carver, the turning fork. This is also called a pickle poker. I don't know if you're trying to use like a regular fork to get pickles out of a jar. And it's like you're using like your disgusting fingers, not yours. I'm using like your little children. It's like their disgusting fingers. And like they just like, you know, touch their hair and they're like, I want a pickle. And they go into the jar and like, I'm grabbing for the pickles. And like their whole entire like full arm is inside of it. And they're like, I got one. And they're like, here, mom, do you want to grab one too? And there's just like a sewage inside of it now. Okay, that's not just pickle leftover. That's like their entire like first grade is in that entire jar right now. So with the turning fork, again, because it's really nice and long, you can literally just pick them out. And it has 3 sharpened little swords at the end of each of them. So you can turn over bacon and sausage in the frying pan. You ever tried playing like grease hockey with like a piece of bacon? You're like chasing it around because you can't really turn it over, and you're like going from one side to the other side to the other side, right? And then it's like frozen on the one side and burnt to a crisp on the other side, and you can't really, you're like, oh, it's gonna even out when I put it in my mouth, and it really tastes disgusting instead. Okay, with the turning fork, you'll never have to worry about that. And it kind of works together as an everyday carving set. All right, the next tool is the bad boy of the kitchen, the butcher knife. So the benefit of the butcher knife is that it's like the I don't need a man knife, because you can do everything and you need to ask him for any help advice, right? So it's like the Wonder Woman, it puts a little cape behind you. So with the butcher knife, you can actually go right through frozen ground beef, frozen vegetables. You ever like bought like 37,000 hamburgers from Costco and you put them all in the freezer, right? You're trying to take apart 2 of them and you're just like trying to pry them apart with your fingers, and your fingers are getting all cold and everything. So with the butcher knife, you can literally separate them because it's super, super thick right in the front. So bam, it goes right through. Also, kick butt for watermelon, taking apart ribs, and you can actually disjoint chicken yourself, which will save you an average of $3 every time you do it. Over the course of 50 weeks, this knife by itself will save you $150 a year. Next is the chef knife. You ever watched a cooking show before?
Yes.
You know how they always have this exact knife, like they're chopping and dicing? By the way, my mom, and I don't know if you've ever done this before, this is the way that she used to chop veggies. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm definitely not slamming this knife against this poor little cutting board and dulling it every time, right? And like every piece of vegetable is like that big and it never cooks all the way through. With the chef knife, because it has the high knuckle clearance, you can literally like chop, chop, chop really easily. And I had to teach my mom how to use this one the first time because she never knew, and now she'll like never go back. She has 2 of them, one of the big ones, and we have another small one too, just because it's really useful. And then we have the greatest bread slicer in the world. Fresh bread just tastes better, doesn't it? But you ever like baked fresh bread out of the oven and when it's like warm, and then you go to like, you're thinking like, man, I should grab some butter and just like put it right on top of it so it like melts right through. But then I can't cut it because I've got this really dull knife. And what happens when you try to cut a really soft piece of French bread with a kind of a dull straight knife? Like whoosh, and you're just like trying to like pull it apart to like get it back to normal. With this one, it'll literally like glide right through, and you can make really super thin slices, and you can actually cut it while it's still warm. So that way you can put like the butter on it, the garlic on it. It's awesome. All right, and then lastly is our master carving set. You're gonna use this about like 7 to 10 times a year for like, you know, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And I don't know if you guys really do like roasts or like barbecues. Kind of cool. So that'll be kind of the tool. And these 2 forks, you can use them to like move stuff around from like a pot to a pan. Last but not least are our world famous table knives. Every single set comes with a minimum of 4. Some of them come 8, 12, and we do have one of the sets that comes with 150 of them. Just because, you know, sometimes you have big parties. So many, right? But here's our table knives. It's like a butter knife on steroids. All right, so let me show you how this one works. I actually cooked an entire steak, but I overcooked it by about 7 years. So now it's loving. And so I'm gonna have you see how it works here real quick. So we're gonna use your steak knife. What I want you to do is I want you to solve it. Like I want you to make like a little tiny thin slit. Okay, stop right there. Now I want you to just push straight down. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Screw with the table knife instead. Why don't you just finish that off there? Okay, let's do a little thin slit there. Okay, ready? And then just push straight down. One or 2 of them.
Yes. Satisfying.
Right here. You can literally take this thing. Yeah, it's 4 of them in a row. Just push straight down with them. Because that top layer is in there, it'll cut straight down. Can you imagine how nice it's gonna be to cut through like really like the steaks that you make, not like that crazy stuff, right? But like really nice soft steaks like that. But it's not just a steak knife. You can use it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And there's always 8 of them in your set because you always need a couple extra ones. All right. So it would be obviously a little bit scary to put all these knives in a drawer. That's why we have some really nice wood blocks so you can store them. And these are made of solid oak and they have little rubber pegs so they don't slide around. And they come in the light oak and the cherry red. What do you prefer with your kitchen, the cherry or the light oak? I'm like looking at their cabinets right now with them. Do you think like the light oak or the cherry would be better?
Probably the cherry.
Yeah, I think it would be better with the kitchen too. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, obviously all our sets come with these kind of cutting boards. Yours will have feet on them, so they you can put like a plate on it and a little moat around the outside. That way the little like tomato juice doesn't fly off. And we have these really awesome kitchen tools that will replace like all the mix match tools. That like the melted one, the one that has like you know, like falling apart, the little metally jiggly one. And then we have and then our entertainer pack has comfort grip handles that has the vegetable peeler, the pizza cutter, the ice cream scoop, and that cheese knife as well. All right, so that was Cutco. What do you think of it?
It's awesome.
Pretty cool, right?
I love it.
Okay, cool. Well, let me review why we have 16 million customers, and hopefully in a minute there'll be 16 million and one. You always have Sharp American-made knives that are comfortable, safe, and sanitary. Cutco is guaranteed to last forever, so it'll be the last set of knives you'd have to buy. And Cutco saves a lot of money. Most customers who buy Cutco eat out way less. And you know, if you go out to Chili's and spend $60, and you just do that one time per month, that's $720 a year. Over 18 years, that's like over 25 years, like $18,000. So if you just cook at home a little bit more, it'll save money. It's easier. It's more fun. It brings together family time. And the reason why everyone likes to get a set is because you have the right tool for the right job and you have a built-in discount, so it's a lot cheaper. It comes with a bunch of other free stuff, and they're so much safer because they come in a block or a tray. So when it comes to high-quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide variety of quality and prices available. So Cutco is the best rated, so we only compare to the highest quality brands. So I've got a price comparison for our top competitors, Wusthof and Shun. Have you ever heard of Wusthof or Shun before?
I think I've heard of Wusthof.
You've heard of Wusthof? Okay, cool. Yeah. So these are really high quality sets that are made overseas, and they're 2 of the top selling brands in stores. You can find them like Williams Sonoma and things like that in the mall. Each brand has different types of sets which range in price, and Wusthof is the most popular. The price for this Wusthof set is $3,435, and then sometimes you can find it on sale for $2,000. And if I didn't own Cutco, I would tell my mom to buy Wusthof because it's the best, and it's definitely worth it because it'll last you for about 10 to 15 years. Now, there are some major differences between these brands and Cutco. Wusthof does mostly have straight edges, so they have to be sharpened constantly, which is a hassle. They're not recommended for the dishwasher, and the warranty is on manufacturing defects only. In comparison, Cutco has our unique wedge lock handle, exclusive double B Stay Sharp edge, and we have our 4-part forever guarantee, which includes free sharpening. Now, Cutco will tell you that our product is 10 times better than any knives I've ever used. Now, just considering the guarantee and unique features, most people would agree that Cutco is at least twice as good as Wusthof. So when something offers twice the quality and value, and it lasts forever, you expect it to be at least twice the price, right? So at twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 of Cutco. So let me show you what you get for that. As I said earlier, our Homemaker Plate is our most popular set. It's perfect for families that cook 2 to 4 times a week. It's got the 10 basic tools I explained earlier, the 8 table knives, the wood block, and a sharpener for straight edges. And we also do have one that doesn't come with table knives. It's called the Basic Homemaker. Now, if you were considering a set of Cutco, would you want the one with the table knives? Okay. All right, so the great thing about that set is that it doesn't cost $4,000. In fact, it doesn't even cost as much as Wustof's price of the $2,000. The Homemaker Plate is only $1,273. And that's in full, which includes shipping, but most of our customers take advantage of our 5-month interest-free investment option, which is only $278. And that will include tax. Now, we have a bonus where if you buy it now, I can give you a matching kitchen tool set, entertainer pack, or super shears for free. Which of those options do you prefer?
No, the entertainer pack looks pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Probably the shears.
Probably the shears, yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, so the shears, super shears. All right, so Mrs. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you the question. Would you want to try out this homemaker set today for the $278 and get your shirts for free? Let's go ahead and just pause it for right now, and we'll do the drop down next week. Yep. All right, so that was the full entire demo. We'll do the drop down next Saturday. Stop the rock dance.